The ancient Sumerian civilization is regarded as perhaps one of the oldest civilizations of humanity, and could very well have been among one of the first. Despite their significance in the history of civilization, not much is known about their civilizations and cultures in the modern day, with many artifacts of their ancient cities completely lost to time. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be going over these strange mysteries of the ancient Sumerian civilization that many researchers from around the world are still puzzling over to this very day. The mystery of the Anunnaki. Many of the oldest recovered documents and tablets in the world come from ancient Sumerian account, which makes it not at all surprising that so many witness accounts exist from this time that go into vast detail of the mythologies and religions and the ancient Sumerians. One of the most notable accounts in the modern day being their self-proclaimed encounter with the god of their time. The ancient Sumerian gods were described as being large intelligent beings that looked similar to man but with the capabilities of flying through the skies on large metal dragons that would breathe out fire as they ascended. In fact, the name of these gods are referred to as the Anunnaki, and their translation of the word quite literally means the people from the stars. This has led many modern day conspiracy theory groups to form the claim that these Anunnaki were nothing more than advanced extraterrestrial life that had made early contact with the human race and helped to evolve them past their Stone Age evolution.
Exactly. So technically where we are present day and all that we've accomplished and the advancement of technology and everything that we've done throughout the years can all be accredited back to the Anunnaki. Got to think about that, man. Possibly.
Additionally, given the fact that the world's first civilizations are traced back to the ancient Sumerian civilization, this has provided more support for the theory that the advancement with the human race worked hand in hand with that of the encounters with these people from the stars. This has led many to wonder who or what the Anunnaki were, and any scriptures surrounding such beings to be studied religiously in the hopes of uncovering more evidence for this ancient alien hypothesis and the development of the human race during this time.
I think a lot of people keep that part of history suppressed due to it conflicting with religious beliefs, when in all actuality they both could go hand in hand, but I digress.
The DNA of the Sumerians. For the longest time, one of the biggest mysteries surrounding that of the ancient Sumerian people had nothing to do with its civilization, culture, or any one of its incredible levels of developments, but rather that of the genetic lineage of the people, their origin, and the discovery of any possible modern-day descendants that could be studied to help us better understand that of the ancient Sumerian civilization and their people. Due to a number of conspiracy theory writings, however, there also appeared to be numerous claims from ancient alien researchers that believed that the modern-day descendants of the ancient Sumerian civilization could help to shed proof into that of the ancient alien theory of genetic manipulation with the help of the Anunnaki, their supposed gods that had come from the stars. Researchers believed that if the modern-day descendants could be found and their DNA could be tested, there would be irrefutable proof that their DNA had been manipulated by their gods in the event to promote the human evolution and possibly provide answers for the ancestral missing link, leading many to spearhead this campaign in the hopes of gathering evidence of extraterrestrial intervention. The problem with this campaign, however, is that the ancient Sumerian civilization was reportedly wiped out thousands of years ago before the dawn of the ancient Babylonian society, leading many to believe that perhaps the people of the ancient Sumerian civilization had all perished millennia ago. Luckily for humanity and researchers alike, a number of researchers finally tracked down a group of people in the modern day that are believed to hold the genetic code of the ancient Sumerian people. After archaeologists located the preserved body of an ancient Sumerian prophet that was believed to have survived a massive flood, referred to as Noah, researchers were able to gather DNA from the teeth of the individual and use it to trace any modern-day descendants. This led to researchers uncovering that the last known descendants of the ancient Sumerians in the modern day are that of the marsh Arabs that live secluded from the rest of the world in the marshlands of Arabia. When further testing was done, they proved to be a conclusive match to the ancient Sumerians, leading many to make strange connections with their modern-day society and that of the ancient Sumerian civilization. The most peculiar comparison was that the ancient Sumerians held the tradition that the world had been destroyed by a massive flood, and that their people came from a family that had survived the catastrophe and had mastered the ability to live on the seas. Interestingly enough, the marsh Arabs appeared to be master boatmen, as well as forming several houses and villages floating on the waters of the marshlands. No further anomalous information was found in their DNA. The origin of their language. Though many aspects of the ancient Sumerian origins are shrouded in mystery, there is none more so mysterious than that of the origin and formation of the ancient Sumerian spoken language that is possibly among one of the oldest spoken and written languages in the history of humanity. When the first few written artifacts were gathered from that of the ancient Sumerian civilization, many believed that the spoken language of the ancient civilization was that of Akkadian, a language used by the Semitic people throughout the region, as the written alphabet of cuneiform seemed to have matched the Akkadian writings and styles.
See, that type of stuff always, like, it seems like just, I don't know, it's always been something I've questioned or thought about, you know, who was the first one to speak and communicate with others, and how did the other person understand you, and how did y'all both speak the same language, or how did y'all begin to understand each other? Did it take time? Like the beginning of communication, however far back it goes, how did that process begin? What type of things did they have to go through? Like, that's another thing that doesn't get discussed an awful lot. So when they kind of touch on it briefly here, it activates that thought in my mind of going back to those just sit around the house, random thoughts.
That gathered evidence, however, proved that the language of the people was a distinct language now completely forgotten, with no surviving remnants of the spoken dialect that predated the Akkadian usage, as well as being the first formed written language in history, soon being adopted by the Semitic people and used as a written language for many more millennia after the fall of the ancient Sumerian civilization. This loss of the language have left many experts puzzling over its formation, influence, and possible similar sounding language descendants in the modern day to trace the evolution of language across humanity. Though it was at one time believed that the Akkadian language was similar to that of the Sumerian, given the adoption of cuneiform. It is now known that the language may not have sounded anything alike and seems to be a relic of the past, with no evidence or trace of such a dialect existing in the modern day. Uncovering the mysteries of the language could prove to help researchers to better understand the formation of languages, the evolution of languages over time, as well as the major influences that the ancient Sumerian civilization had, being one of the first ever civilizations to have risen around the world.
Wow. Now that's influence. That's a different type of influence.
Their strange creation myth. One of the biggest mysteries of the ancient Sumerian culture appears to be that of the inspiration and tale of their mysterious creation myth that has led to the formation of a number of ancient alien conspiracy groups to have formed in recent years after these ancient scriptures have been accurately uncovered and translated. The reason for the formation of these groups is due to the fact that there appears to be overwhelming truth that an advanced extraterrestrial species made contact with the ancient Sumerian civilization and helped to intervene and manipulate their evolution. According to the ancient Sumerians, their oldest scriptures tell of the earth being inhabited by human-like gods that had come from the stars referred to as the Anunnaki.
So you're trying to say that our whole evolution could completely be, or could possibly be, no. You think that was a manipulation? Really? I never really... And now that's going to mess with my brain, because now I'm like, wow, have they been manipulating us? You know, if we believe that there's a possible, another life form out there possibly, has it been manipulating us since the beginning of time? That's interesting.
Anunnaki made attempts to make the world habitable and quickly began to toil the soil and mine the world for minerals that could be used. After a while, the gods referred that their labour was too great and refused to have to work at such an impossible task on their own. This led to one of the gods proposing to create human beings that could be made in their likeness using the body of another god with whom they could force to work to gather minerals and toil the ground.
So we've basically been doing their dirty work this entire time, is what you're saying. I don't know how that makes me feel. That kind of makes me mad a little bit, bro.
The humans that had been created were unable to reproduce and have children, as the gods were fearful of them multiplying. However, this quickly changed after two gods granted humans the ability to reproduce, allowing them to also leave the Eden they inhabited, a land that is translated to mean a flat terrain, and quickly went throughout the world. This angered one of the gods, leading to a massive conflict to which one of the gods became the enemy of man, and the other became the ruler of man, and allowed them to be fruitful and multiply over the world. These terms of modifications, creation, and the formation of an Eden have left many wondering instead that perhaps these ancient biblically similar accounts are evidence of aliens having genetically created and modified humans as a slave labour force, only to be given equal rights and abilities that have slowly evolved. The fall of the Sumerians. Despite their influence, power, strange myths and religions, as well as their incredible dominance in the evolution of humanity throughout these ancient times, it appears that the ancient Sumerian civilization came and went in the same mysterious fashion that the civilization has been shrouded in since its discovery. Though some researchers believe that the ancient Sumerians may have been conquered by the Akkadians, not much is truly known about the ancient civilization, and next to nothing can be gathered as to their origin or their disappearance, leaving humanity to be a species with an unending form of amnesia surrounding our history, creation, and evolution. If these mysteries could ever be uncovered, however, it could prove to be the last missing piece to the puzzle of the nature of existence itself. But what do you all think of these incredible recent more?
In this episode, you're going to see the scariest videos that are trending right now. Let's take a look. Our first clip of the day comes from user Cidio Paranormal over on X. It's some CCTV footage taken from an old kindergarten. Take a look. It's the middle of the night and the cameras have caught a child's tricycle moving through the room.
See, that's the ghost of the kid whose parent never picked him up. That's what I'm thinking here.
The pedals are even moving, as though someone's riding it. Could this eerie footage be proof that this old kindergarten really is haunted? Or is it all just a hoax? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below.
Why is it always something paranormal around where the kids be at? Or there's something to do with the kid? I think that makes it even more creepier. You know, like when you see the horror movies and they use the kids or they possess the kids and they have like the dark eyes and yeah, I don't like that.
In an unsettling series of events circulating on TikTok, user Batom has been posting videos that have left viewers both intrigued and terrified. These clips hint at the possibility of a haunting within their home, raising questions that blend the supernatural with real-life mysteries. It began innocuously enough when Batom returned from a weekend trip to find inexplicable handprints on their bedspread. Assuming it was a prank from their housekeeper, the user dismissed it.
You would think your housekeeper? Them hands don't even look.
But things took a dark turn when they received a harrowing call from the housekeeper's family. The cleaner, it emerged, had been missing for over a week, prompting her family to file a report with the local police. Suddenly, the mysterious handprints appeared in a much more ominous light. As the days progressed, Batom documented increasingly eerie occurrences around their home. One video shows objects moving around the living room.
Sí, no manches. Sí. Sí. Verga.
Then late one night,
Yeah, that housekeeper's long gone. Long gone. And she might be still alive. She might just be running from whatever she witnessed or saw in that house.
they noticed this in their backyard.
No mamen, chavos. Amigos, la neta es que nos habían prohibido grabar. Por eso que no habíamos subido nada. Ven, amor.
Several days later, this happened right before going to sleep.
Se va a volver a abrir porque se escuchan ruidos. Literal se acaba de escuchar un ruido. No. No mames.
Ay, no seas mamá.
Amor, no mames.
As the videos garnered attention, speculation swirled among viewers. The prevailing theory is chilling. Could the spirit of the missing housekeeper be attempting to reach out from the other side? Is she trying to convey a message, or perhaps seeking closure? While the mysteries surrounding Batom's experiences deepen, thousands are glued to their screens awaiting the next chapter in this hair-raising saga. As always, I'll put links in the description box down below the channel.
Look at the fingers on those hands. It just looked weird to me. And each one of them looked different from the other.
Is well worth checking out.
It looked like a devil hand to me.
This next unsettling clip has gone viral over on TikTok. Take a look. Shared by user elkakui.tv, we see a rocking chair moving. As if this wasn't eerie enough, the reflection in the window seems to show a child sitting in the chair. This creepy clip has taken off, racking up over 2.4 million views. While some viewers claim they can see a cut in the footage, others assert
I thought that too. They did it so fast when they panned to the screen that you could put a quick cut in there and most people won't catch it. I thought I saw that too. So you gotta be careful with some people, man. They be trying to get you. I think they did that in this video, now that I'm seeing it.
in this video shows the spirit of a child. So where do you land on this one, real or fake? Let me know down below.
See? And they pan from the chair to the TV so fast, kind of like they're trying to do that intentionally.
In the vast realm of scientific exploration, few figures stand out as enigmatically as Nikolai Alexandrovich Kozyrev, the Russian astronomer and astrophysicist. His groundbreaking experiments and theories on the interconnectedness of time, space and energy have left many pondering a tantalizing question: did Nikolai Kozyrev build a time machine? Born on September 2, 1908 in St. Petersburg, Russia, Kozyrev's early life was marked by an insatiable curiosity about the cosmos. His academic journey led him to the Leningrad State University, where he graduated in 1931, specializing in astrophysics. His promising career at the Pulkovo Observatory was interrupted in 1936 when he was arrested for political dissent, leading to 11 years in prison camps and exile. Yet, even in confinement, his passion for science remained undiminished. He continued his studies, laying the groundwork for his revolutionary ideas on time energy and non-equilibrium thermodynamics. Upon his release in 1947, Kozyrev returned to the Pulkovo Observatory. Here, he embarked on a series of experiments that would challenge conventional scientific understanding. Kozyrev posited the existence of a new form of energy emanating from stars and other cosmic sources. He termed this time energy or torsion fields. This energy, he believed, was intrinsically linked to the flow of time and had the power to influence matter and gravity. More controversially, he proposed that torsion fields could be influenced by human consciousness. But perhaps the most intriguing aspects of Kozyrev's work were his experiments with specifically designed aluminum mirrors, often referred to as Kozyrev's mirrors. These mirrors were believed to focus and amplify torsion fields. Kozyrev and his colleagues conducted numerous experiments suggesting that these mirrors could induce altered states of consciousness, facilitate telepathy, and even manipulate time itself. Participants reported experiencing time dilation, heightened intuition, and even visions of the past and future. While many in the scientific community met Kozyrev's theories with skepticism, his work with the mirrors has garnered a cult following. Today, they're seen by some as tools for spiritual and psychic exploration, bridging the gap between science and the metaphysical. In a world where the boundaries of science are continually expanding, Kozyrev's work serves as a testament to the boundless possibilities of human inquiry. His legacy, particularly his experiments with the mirrors, challenges us to look beyond the known and consider the profound mysteries of time, consciousness, and the universe. Whether or not he built a time machine remains a matter of debate, but there's no denying the profound impact of his contributions to our understanding of time and the cosmos. On January 21, 2023 at 9:55, a surveillance camera in Machala, Ecuador recorded an unsettling scene. Shared on TikTok by user Jonathan011T, this footage has piqued interest and revived ancient whispers of Machala's ghostly legends. Take a look. A transparent figure is seen moving.
Definitely look like something walking and not a bug on the lens to me. That's just me.
Subtly on the side of the road. It appears ethereal, almost otherworldly, and for many locals it brings to mind the old tales of Alarante de Machala. According to local folklore, Alarante the Wanderer was a man who, after a tragic love affair, roams the streets of Machala at night, forever in search of his lost love. The story goes that Alarante was a young man who fell deeply in love with a woman from a rival family. Their love was forbidden, reminiscent of the tragic tale of Romeo and Juliet. When they attempted to run away together, they were ambushed and the young man was brutally killed. His spirit, however, is said to have never found rest, condemned to wander the streets searching for his beloved. Could it be that this recent CCTV footage has captured the long-lost soul of Alarante? The speculation continues, with opinions deeply divided. Skeptics dismiss it as a mere illusion or technical glitch, while believers claim it's irrefutable evidence of Machala's haunted past. Regardless of where one stands on this debate, the legend of Alarante de Machala has found a new life in the digital age.
When it comes to stories like that, and when somebody's brutally murdered like that, and they were in such passionate love and stuff like that, I kind of believe in, bro, because your soul is definitely not at rest. How can it be? So stuff like that, I don't play around with, man. I think there is something. There's a seriousness to stories like that, and how when you hear stuff like that, the people, you could tell by the townspeople. The townspeople, when you go to certain places and they have stories like that, they take it real seriously. They don't play around with it. Like, so why should I take that stuff serious?
In mid-August 2023, Tracy Gray from Halifax, UK experienced something she couldn't quite shake off during a family weekend in Scarborough. While immersing herself in the Paul Heaton gig at the open-air theatre, a peculiar scene in the nearby expansive field behind the theatre disrupted her focus. An unclear human shape appeared to linger for close to 7 minutes before vanishing into an inexplicable dark haze reminiscent of smoke. Luckily, Tracy managed to capture a photo before the figure mysteriously disappeared. It looks like a nun standing in the woods.
The face, though.
Scarborough, with its rich history, has its fair share of ghostly tales. Scarborough Castle is infamous for sightings of a beheaded man's apparition from the 14th century, believed to mislead visitors to the edge of cliffs. The Grand Hotel, known for its ghost tours and the resting place of renowned writer Anne Bronte in the town, further fuel speculations of wandering spirits in the area. So what's been caught on camera here? Who or what is this mysterious figure? And if Tracy's account is to be believed, how did it vanish in a puff of black smoke? If we have any Scarborough locals watching, I'd love to hear your take on this one in the comments down below.
And I'm starting to think too that they have the ability to kind of distort the footage. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that person who took this photo had a really good phone. And you're starting to say, well, how do they never get a good picture? Maybe they have that ability to make sure our film is, or the picture is distorted. Maybe that's something they have the ability to do, or you just are not able to get a clear, good image of them because of that. I don't know. Interesting.
Before we take a look at a truly perplexing set of events that are unfolding in Utah, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy videos. Utah's vast, deserted landscapes often invoke feelings of isolation and wonder. Recently, Dan Darja, one of our Facebook community members, brought to light another peculiar occurrence in this mysterious territory. An hour west of Cedar City, amidst the barren land, an abandoned house was discovered with the rotting carcasses of cows on its old tin roof. The images, stark against the backdrop of the desert, left viewers both intrigued and puzzled. How did the cows end up on the roof? One theory posits that an intense flood could have swept the animals onto the structure. Yet others look to the skies for answers. Utah has a storied history with UFO sightings and cattle mutilations, making the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement not so far-fetched to some. This isn't the only enigma of the desert plains, however. The desolate town of Lund, situated in the Escalante Valley, offers a chilling backstory. Once a bustling railway junction, Lund is now virtually abandoned, with only a handful of residents within a vast 15-mile radius. It was here that a recent dramatic search took place. Authorities sought 4 children allegedly abducted by their father, John Elvin Coltarp, who took them to a desert compound overseen by Samuel Schaefer, leader of the so-called Knights of the Crystal Blade, an infamous local cult. Schaefer's compound was discovered following a tip revealing an assortment of trailers fashioned into a rudimentary residence, devoid of essential amenities. While Coltarp's sons were rescued promptly, the 2 daughters, along with 2 daughters of Schaefer, remained missing until an Amber Alert led to their rescue. The children had been without shelter, food or water for over 24 hours in sub-freezing temperatures. The story of the Koltamp children, their association with the obscure Knights of the Crystal Blade and the troubling beliefs of their father paints a complex portrait of the desert's mysteries. John Elvin Koltamp's growing obsession with doomsday theories, his desire to live off the grid, and his alignment with the Knights raises more questions about the area's clandestine activities. Connecting the seemingly unrelated incidents, cows perched atop roofs, and the disturbing events surrounding the Koltamp family, a common thread emerges. The desert plains of Utah are rife with unsolved mysteries and shadowy occurrences. While many look to the supernatural for answers, others see the result of human actions, skewed beliefs, and perhaps even extraterrestrial intervention. In a place as expansive and isolated as Utah's desert plains, reality can often intermingle with the strange, leaving residents and onlookers perpetually searching for the truth.